Hi everyone, it's Cindy, and it's the final day of Jug Turtle Round Robin. Welcome back to Studioloo. Okay, so it's the last make day today, and both of these envelopes are large. This one feels quite hefty, so let's save it for last. This is from Mary Ellen, and I love this cute little delicate heart washi. So cute. Let's just pull that off. I'm gonna put it in my little washi, the washies that I've chosen to keep. And we'll go into this envelope here. Give this a little tuggy tug, make sure we got everything. We did. So set the envelope aside. Ooh, okay, we have this kind of spooky dark horse going up to this spooky house. Oh, this is all Poe related. Okay. This is Poe related. Lovely. And this is from The Tempest. So some nice words for sure. Interesting. Okay. Challenging. I like her. But I also like this. So we'll see what happens there. And then this is from Shell, This Day 30. And this fun quick notes desk calendar type thing. And we have a stack of things here. Okay. So these are like manuals. So this is only you can prevent forest fires. So this is like, this is a bird guide. Oh, nice. Yay. That's really pretty, like the way that this is laid out. It's like, those would be nice little backgrounds for tags, you know, like just this. I like interesting paper like this when it's like vintage, right? Like you always get interesting typography, and you get like cool things like the grasshopper sparrow, and also like neat details like this, right? So they always make like nice backing kind of materials. And then we have the Maine waterfowl identification guide. So this has some nice black and white, oh, and bird heads. Okay, this is going to take me on a whole other diatribe, I think. This has got me excited. And then we have more game birds by controlling their natural enemies. Okay. Yeah, so protecting game birds. Oh, look at these. Oh, this is spoils. Thank you, Shell. My goodness. The famous Jacob's Colony houses for the purple martin. So this is also like for birds, just lots of birds. 1928 bird houses. Oh, today's a bird nerd day. Bird nerd. Okay. Okay. So let me think for just a sec. I need bodies. I need bodies. Give me a minute. You're probably like, what is she talking about? Hold on. All right, my loves, it's warning time. You should probably just make a tea or a cup of nice warm cocoa. Get yourself a snack. Because we're going to be jumping into this day. This is going to be a longer video, I think, now that I see my materials. So, bodies, what am I talking about? These are fashion rulers, okay? So, they're really cool. They are these. They are bodies. They're outlines for making bodies, you see? One. I got this one. I got this one. I got the pants and the shirt. So, all sorts of cool bodies. So, I will set limits upon myself by using just one folder for today's project, okay? So let's just get a pencil or pen, probably a pen. Then, do I want that one? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, maybe. Okay, so first we're going to trace this first body. Pen, don't fail me now. Okay. Good. Body number 1. Okay. 2. This is such a nice way to end Channel Round Robin with like a project like this. Yeah, I'm loving it. Okay. Don't you go shuffling around on me now. There we go. So tonight I'm planning to go on a little walk in a local wooded area that I found this week. Had a whole bunch of owl scat hanging around. You can always tell owl scat because, why does this have plastic on its bill? Because it's basically, it looks like a mound of feathers or fur and bones, and it's usually kind of bleached out looking, because that's the part of like the animals and the birds, the critters that owls eat that they can't actually digest. So when they, you know, go through the natural body process of disposing of the waste material from what they had eaten, that's what's left over. Everything else is processed by their body. So I've been trying to find places that I could go and see owls. And I think I have my place. I know there's a lot of kind of organized places where you can go on owl walks. Oof, I traced that like a crazy person. Okay, it's okay. But I wanted to try to have like a more just organic experience and not go on like a guided tour. So we're gonna give it a try, I think. Okay, that one, and then what do we have in this one? Okay, these ones have faces. I like her pose. Pretty cool. These are really tall though. It's okay. We're getting there, don't worry. I know I'm a little quiet. I'm just trying to focus on what I'm doing. Okay. Fashion rulers can go to the side now. All right, so why don't I take a little break and I'll cut these out and I'll come back. All right, these are all cut out. Super fun. We got all these bodies to work with. Now I'm going to go on a little anthropomorphic journey, I think, today with one of these cool books. I mean, I can't use all of them today, probably, but I'm going to pick one. I mean, we could do a few things. We'll see. Not this one. That one's really cool. Like, I want to make a whole bunch of things, but I'm probably going to, it will take too long for everything I want to do. So, anthropomorphic. I want to do some bird people. So let's get in here. Oh my goodness, a goose. That would be perfect. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's choose five of these. One. That one's kind of cool. What I need? Yeah, like smaller heads. Let's do a lady and gent duck, maybe. So that's 3. Those are nice. Choices. Oh, those are cool. Ooh, I love that one. Oh, that one's cool too. Oh, this is rough. Okay, let's go with these ones. I will sit here looking at birds all day. You know me. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is let's create these pairs. So first I need one just for our gooseneck, which I think I will use the dress for. So let's cut this out and back it. Folder. Okay. I should also mention to everyone as part of my day today, for everyone who contributed to my fund to buy a new stove by putting all my journals on sale, my digitals on sale, and, you know, trying to fundraise without, like, you know, buying new appliances is so expensive, and like, ugh, who wants to do that? Not me. Well, I got the new stove today and it's lovely. And I just used it tonight and it's lovely. So thank you to those of you who contributed to the cause. It's nice when you can, you know, do things to sort of like not have big problems impact your overall like monthly budgets for things. I'm a big fan of that. Because, yeah, raising a little family and living in these times is wild, I'm telling you. All right, there's our goose friend. Then we got to decide. She's going to be delightful. This brings me joy. Okay, we're going to put this neck on this body. Okay, now we'll move on to the next one. Sticky paper. Ones down. All right, this one. And then we'll do the same kind of thing here. We're going to cut this out. I actually saw a lot of Canada geese today. They were being really funny. They'll kind of land on the roofs in my neighborhood, and we have some houses that have metal roofs and others that have, like, you know, regular kind of those tiled roofs. I forget the name of your standard roof tiling, but anyways, so the metal roofs are too slippery for the geese to kind of get their footing on, but they try as they might and they just slide right down the roof. And I saw one this morning. He just caught himself as he's like sliding away. Very funny birds. Okay, so these ones I think will go with, I'll put the mallards I think on those bodies, and these ones are kind of more like, yeah, they're like fashion birds, right? I'm gonna cut the heads off these. I sort of figured I probably wouldn't need them, but I wanted to leave them on just in case. I figured I'd keep the thickness of them if it would have made sense, but I think this is a little more sensible. As sensible as anthropomorphic duck people can be. Might be a stretch. Okay. Oh, it's so fun. Okay. Now, mallards. I love mallards. I think they're the sweetest birds. I love how they are as couples. I also love when there's not enough girls, and so like you get these like lowly groups of boys that just all stay together. It's kind of sad but sweet at the same time. I used to live in a nearby town, and it was right next door to this little school, and it had a little stream that ran through it, and the ducks would all, you know, hang out in the school parking area. Well, not parking, but like the back kind of field area. And there was a park that was connected and a little stream that ran through all of the property. There was so much like great duck watching to do there. And like if you sit and you watch ducks, you can kind of learn a lot about like their social dynamics and how funny they are and how competitive they are and like all the different sounds they make. And I love like sometimes they'll make this like wow 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 sound, and it's like so cute and funny. And I just love how, you know, when they get spooked, they will all fly up and crash back down. Like they're very dramatic, funny birds. When I was working at a museum once, I got to take care of a little group of ducks, and they're so cute. I mean, the only problem that I think I'd have owning ducks is just that they're so messy. It's a lot of mess to own waterfowl. You've got to definitely have a nice like setup, an outdoor kind of place that's very well secured from predation, and a way to provide nice water with, you know, also a way to clean up after the ducks and that kind of thing. Okay, so we've built that. Now I think what we need to do is make some outfits, and then the challenge I think might be making the appendages. But I think I want to do like little wing shapes or something. And I'm tempted to use this boiled book page leftover for that. And I think that'll be more fun and easy than trying to do whatchamacallit, like arms and stuff. So let's start with this one, and then we'll think about feet afterward. Now, I don't know if I want to shorten this dress a little or if I want to leave it long. This is quite a tall piece of ephemera, but yeah, you know what? I'll shorten it a bit, because then we have some options about making her a little shorter. Do the same. Well, actually, I'll wait. I'll tackle these one at a time. So I think what I'll do for the wings on this one is I'm just going to fold this, and then I want to create kind of a shape like this that would be a bit like a goose wing, kind of at rest. And then what we can do is create two of them, because we fold the paper in half. So then you get this, right? And these can kind of come in like this. And we'll glue those on. I'm like, wait a minute, did I just glue that on the wrong side? No, we're okay. We're okay. One. and 2. Put her one wing out a little. That's kind of cute. So I'm trying to decide if I want to end up using, that's kind of cute. That could be really fun like that actually as the foreground for this. And then I don't even have to do legs on this one. I might do that. But she needs a dress. I'm just digging in scraps. 1 minute. Thinking I would just really like yellow. Yeah, let's take this off of here. And is that wide enough? Yeah, just about. But we can layer it too. The only thing is I kind of want to put the dress under the neck, so the neck will sit on top. Does that make any sense, or does that? Yeah, it does. Okay. So first thing first, I need to attach these together. I guess I'll just glue them, because we need this to be just a slight bit wider. Then we'll come over here, get the glue book here. Just glue the dress, and then put this on here, and we'll re-glue the neck down. Then we need to cut this all out. Actually, in front of the wing. Alright, so now we have a dress. So let's glue this one down to the background that Mary Ellen has provided me, because I think they go quite well together. My Poe Canada Goose duck, or duck, goose. Duck, duck, goose. Okay. So we'll set that right here, I think. Put a little daub of glue on the back of the beak, because that'll be the part that we'll want to try to lift up. Swoosh it down. There we go. Now we need to bring the wing in just a titch, because I don't want this horse. No horse. Okay, take a little off the bottom. And just a little off the top, but not too much, because I still want some of that tree. Cool, cool. Okay. Let's get rid of that. And then take a page that isn't important to me, like this one, and I'll use it to glue this down. Can you guys believe that Round Robin is ending today? How is that even possible? Also, how is it May tomorrow? What happened? I've honestly had a whirlwind of a month. Oof, getting a job promotion, starting all these things. Like I have been up and down. It's been a roller coaster. But I'm doing lots of good stuff, and I feel very happy with that. despite lots of yucky world events, you know, you gotta find the bright sunshine when it's there, right? While still acknowledging all the things that are going on in the world. Alrighty, let's set that one aside because I'll probably stitch it. And now we can move on to the rest of this gaggle here. The other thing I was going to look for through here is like some word. Have you come from the sky to save me? Okay. Yes. Okay, that is going to be going on that card because how perfect is that? My goodness. I'll just set it over there for now. I want to try to find 4 more sets of words though. We're gods from the moon, he said to Caliban. Save me, Caliban begged. Save me from the wicked enchanter. Let's go with wicked enchanter. That's kind of cool. I will give you all his treasure and be your faithful servant forever. Enchanter, yelped Trinculo, turning pale. Courage, Trinculo, Stefano murmured. And what kind of treasure might that be, good monster? Good monster. That's kind of cute too. Yeah, it is. Good word snippets on this page. Pirates, enchanters, it's all the same to me. Take me to the villain. I'll carve him into thin slices. With a whoop of delight, Caliban led the way along the jungle track to Prospero's cave. After the long walk through the jungle's heat and shadows and strange sounds, Stefano's head began to clear. He no longer felt as bold as he had earlier. Trinculo was trembling like a mouse's whisker. Is it much further, Stefano? Asked Caliban. There, Caliban replied, pointing. Trinculo stood on tiptoes. So we have ominous darkness, darkness in the cave. It poured like coiling like black mist. Snapping and snarling, the dogs bounded toward the intruders. Trinculo and Stefano turned and ran screaming into the jungle. I mean, I don't need all of the words, but... An eerie place, shadows and whispering voices. I think that will be all I'm going to find. Whole roasted fowl. No, we can't talk about that today. Monster. Gigantic eagle. Okay, so I think I'll set my words aside or I'm going to be apt to make a bunch of like bird dad jokes if I don't. So let's just move on. Okay. And I think I will use this other piece again and I will put another of the birds on there. Why don't we though, before we move on, you know, I'm going to use this little word snippet on here and we will put it down. So the weather, it changed so quickly, like, you know, today was really warm and yeah, the kids are going to have hats and sunscreen definitely now. They have my porcelain skin, so I'm going to have to protect them from this the sun. The sun has returned. Okay, let's go ahead and ink this a little bit. Just to kind of grunge it, make it a little bit more interesting. Then let's move on to, who do we want to use? Which of these ducks? This duck, I think, the most inconspicuous of the ducks. I also need to, well, I don't need to cut the legs out. I think I can do that after I cover this. But I kind of want to, yeah, to cover that there. I think that would be really good. But this one needs an outfit. I also had this idea to try to use maybe a little bit of my fabric too in this project. What if like this one had a little bit that went across the dress like that? That might be kind of cool. I hope you guys have a snack because today's going to be, you know, it's going to take a little bit. Okay. Oh, I totally love that. Yeah, it's great. It's kind of like curve it onto the shoulders a little. All right, one down. There's a nice piece. Oof, yeah. Might be able to use this for a couple of our friends here. Let's see. Yep. Okay, it's tall enough for that. So let's go there. Okay, then I think we'll stop at this point. Cut this off. I want that to go to here. And that to go to here. So we'll cut like a little off the top. And then I can trace the rest. Okay. So let's just go ahead and we'll cover all this to the feet. Okay. And then I guess I will pull the arm up and then we'll go against the body. Because the arm we're going to cover with the wing. Let's scrap some here. Okay. And then I need to make wings for this one. And then do a little collar again with fabric. And we'll decide which would be a good fabric for this one. Maybe this one. Yeah, we just got to shape it. A little short. I got a little too short. Okay. Let's do this again. I want it to be a little oversized, honestly. Cute. Okay, let's glue that on first. So cool. Okay, then wings. So if we think about this wing, I think I'll go in like that. Maybe I'll have this one kind of floosh out a little bit, like that. And we'll cut it again. And we want this one to be like this. And then I can literally cut the arm down because we don't need the arm. And then we'll glue the remainder of the arm. Sorry if I'm off camera, I just gotta bring this up to me for a minute. There we go, right like that. Perfect. Wing 1 and wing 2 will kind of sit against the body and go underneath there. So let's just glue, glue, glue. because this one, the arm was like folded kind of inward toward the body. So it's going to go under her little capelet here, as so, and sit there like that. And then that becomes the body's form. And then we want to use this one on here, we said, to hide the horse friend. And I'm going to bring that up a little higher. I kind of want to keep as much as I can, like so. Yeah, that'll be good. Okay. I'm actually going to keep that exactly where it is and just kind of glue the rest on. Okay. That's cool. So now we will glue it down on the backing. My glue sticks keep running out. Apparently I actually do get work done. Okay. Then I think I'm gonna put this on here, Wicked Enchanter, because it's like kind of dark, but like not in a serious way. Oops, get on there. Actually, maybe I'll use a little art glitter glue, although I think the problem is just that I have sticky fingers, and that's why we're raising up off the paper. But we'll give this all the help that it needs to stay there. And give it, oopsie, give it time to dry maybe, or not. A little bit of ink. There we go. Now, trim this down a little. Get rid of all these scrappy doos. Good. This one is good. Okay, that's good. Now we've got these three. We gotta sort them out. Maybe I won't use Good Monster today. Maybe I'll just go with trying to finish these. So these need clothes and then wings. So let's do that. Now I've got this bit here, which I think is very spiffy, especially for this male mallard here. I like it a lot. And I might be okay with that bit of white even. Yeah, I will be. Okay. So let's move those to the side and tackle this one next. Where is my glue? Here it is. Oh no, here it is. This one. We're gonna use a little bit left here and just smooth it on. Smush and smush. We got to do feet for this one. Okay. good. Sorry, a little bit of, you know, fussy cutting going on here today. But also, hopefully this is giving you some ideas about like ways to make anthropomorphic paper dolls that are fun. Maybe you have a favorite kind of animal or style that you really like. I know these kind of things, they're not for everyone. But you know, you can make them your style. Maybe you want to use like characters from an art book instead of animals. Or maybe you want to use the bodies from an art book and replace the heads with bird heads. I've done a lot of this kind of stuff. Like, it's adjacent to collage really, and still kind of like creating paper dolls. And you could have a lot of fun. Even doing this kind of thing with kids is a lot of fun. Or if you're just like, I want some anthropomorphic paper dolls, I have all sorts of them in my Etsy and Patreon shops if you would like to find fun paper dolls like this. The ones that I illustrate myself though. Okay, so now we need some bits and bobs for this bird. So I think first we'll grab a little scrap here, and I'm just going to cut a shape that kind of looks like the edge of a wing, very bottom bit of a wing, like so. We're going to curve it like that. Then maybe I'll use art glitter glue for this. Glue it onto the hand. One. And this one, and I'll lift this up in a second so you can see. See, now we have a couple of wing tips there just coming out. So then I'm going to use this kind of orangey bit for a couple of, think about duck feet. First I need to fold this. Okay. We're webbing the feet. Trying to. But also trying to kind of keep it simple. Okay. Yep. I want to put a little color on the bottom of these pants though. I think it's necessary. Let's just grab a similar color to the paint. In ink. Cool. There we go. All right, now we gotta glue these on. So look at this, come on. Okay. Now, do we want to give the collar to this one at all? This is an option with these cool numbers, maybe. Yeah, let's do that. Just drag this through the glue a little here. Just kind of smush it around till you get like a shape that you like. Okay, there's that one. Let's move right along to the next one, and we need an outfit for this one. Ooh, look at this one, hold on. This is great. Look at that. It's like watercolor splotchiness. That's pretty cool. Let's do it. So again, I will use, and I can't use that. Some of these are too cool. All right, this one's fine. I use the plain old pages as glue pages, but I want to save any that have lovely like bits on them because I will use them. I can't use them all today. It's too much stuff, but I think there's a lot of nice little journal card making that can go on with those nice smaller images, and they're naturey, and that's great. It's like perfect aesthetics for me. I'm gonna go this way with this. And I won't worry about the bit of the neck that's not covered because I think we're going to do another collar. I just think they're so fun. So get rid of this. And then the same thing again. I'll pull the arms up though, so that we again will cover them with wings. So then we'll come around like so. And then just trim that. Decide if I want to have a little sleeve, maybe a little sleeve. Perfect. Same thing here. Come around, little sleeve, and then pull this up. Do I want that? I don't want that to be a dress. I want it to be the bodysuit. But you could also make it a dress. That's the fun with these little fashion ruler shapes, is like, you know, you can use them for creating outfit designs. Okay. Now I will use maybe again that same numbery bit. Yeah, I love that. This is from a vintage tea towel. Okay. And just kind of again like shape it. Perfect. Now we need wings. I don't think I have enough of that left. I'll leave that aside and I'll grab another one. Somewhere. There's one. I definitely have more boiled book page scrap. I know that's not at all something I'm short on. Okay, it's about that long. Wings. And then I will glue the top of the wing. Gotta peel this up a little here, if we can. We'll see. I'm hoping, yeah, I can. Just barely. We'll stick it in there. Okay. And then I gotta glue down this bit. And you're just going to come trim around your outfit and like make the wing the right shape. Then trim off the arm at the halfway point, and then you can stick that to the wing for stability. That's one wing. And then the other one, same kind of thing. So we peel this up. little careful and glue this and this. Pop the wing in. Okay. Trim. A little more glue on the edge of that arm. All right, and then we can decide if we want to do something with the feet now. I might try doing the webbed feet again, just because it's funny and I love them. Maybe we'll try to do a little more exaggerated webbing. Okay. All right. Those are cute. Yay. All right, let's try to stick them under here a little bit. And then I'll probably actually, yeah, I'll definitely trim that off because we don't need that extra foot bit. I'll just line that up. Pull this one up too. Cut it off there. Okay, move the pants over just a little bit, and then I'm just gonna have to trim this excess so that the shapes are working properly. All right, yay. Yep, this one's fun. All right, that one's done. We have one more. I almost don't want this to end. It's too much fun. Okay, let me find a dress. Or an outfit, I should say. Oof, that's nice. Don't know enough of it, though. Maybe this. Actually, no, not that. What did I use for? Yeah, hold on. Here we go. I specifically want to make these kind of. Oh, that's an envelope. I can't use that. Hold on. Hold on. Use this, maybe. That's kind of cool too. I want to use something of my own, like, design. Because if I do so, then I can scan these and share them with my Patreon pals, because this book is old enough that I don't have to be concerned about copyright. Yay! Okay, my, all right. This is what I'm looking for. 1908, okay. Also, I mean, I'm changing this far more than the required like amount for this to be a unique thing, so yay. forgot to, actually I guess it doesn't matter. I'll just trim the top of this because I don't want the white space there, that's all. Although I'm going to put a collar on this one too, because I'm slightly addicted to how fun they are. Okay. And then just put that glue back. Okay. There we go. All right, and I love how there's this little bit at the bottom. That's so cute. Okay, so let's create the legs for this one. I'm going to do the same kind of thing, I think, with the webbed feet. Okay. There we go. And I think what I'll do is just trim a touch of that off, and then we'll peel this up. Glue both sides so that we can then trap the leg inside. Same with this one. Okay. Awesome. Now we need wings for this one. So good. Okay, and then the collar. Just want to do like a little, again with the numbers, love, love, love. Grab our glue. All right, that's that one. Okay, let me tidy up and then we'll review. So we'll start here. I stitched around these ones. Have you come from the sky to save me? Wicked enchanter. So love those. And then we have, of course, this dashing trio of awesome anthropomorphic duck people. and I love them so much. I think this is a really fun way to end Junk Journal Round Robin. And, you know, I've had so much fun this month, and thank you so much to everyone who has hung out here, who has followed me or followed my friends Mary Ellen and Shell as part of this, you know, collaboration. I think we all really enjoy this, and we hold it quite dear, and we really enjoy, you know, playing around and discovering these things together. And I'm very lucky to have really great friends on YouTube. And so I think for my Patreon pals, you can expect to see these 3 sweet peas as part of our Journal Together kit for all my digital subscribers on Patreon. I will put these in as part of our May kit because I do have time to do that. So that being said, again, just a humongous thank you. I will do a flip through of everything sort of that we made all month as my video for tomorrow. And I'll talk to you all very, very soon. Thank you so much for all the comments, all the follows, everything that went on this month. I've had so much fun. So bye for now.